Hey everybody, I'm Mike,
I'm Tim.
and this is the Board Game Rundown, and we are live from our basements
Bam,
because
bam,
we
bam.
lay the foundation for game coverage. Tim, how are you on the first Wednesday of 2024? I haven't talked to you since last year.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm good, man. Actually, really good. Finally. I don't know if I brought it up last week, but like when
Cheers.
when I was like recovering, like the wisdom tooth recovery has been like a journey. And so like not long. I don't know. Like I felt like, oh, I'm not swelling up, my jaw isn't hurting, but then I got this thing that I guess is totally normal where I couldn't open my mouth more than like an inch to like eat. So like it was physically painful to like I would have to like mash down my food and eat it. Well, today I feel like I still can't really like go all the way, but I'm definitely a lot closer to where I was. So
I
I'm
guess I guess that's good. Not a lot changed for you. You already mash all your food together and eat it, don't you?
well, usually I mix it all up into one sad looking heap
Ooh.
of gruel. But I was thinking about it, and it's like I can't wait because it's been like 2 months of one reason or another eating in pain, and like I can't wait to just not have that
Yeah, right?
sensation while I
I
eat.
bet.
But no, man, I've been doing great. I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna pour me a beverage
Wow. What
and
is
hang
that
out.
beverage? Let's
This
say hi to
is
some people.
this is some
Hey,
old
Andrew.
Forester. Yeah, I saw
Ah,
Andrew. I saw Wayne. There's
Wayne with
Nick's.
us. We got Nick's. And welcome, everybody, to the first Wednesday of 2024. We are going to continue our top 100.
Hey, we should actually talk like one little tiny bit of news first.
Yeah, we don't have to jump right in, you know.
We
So,
will get to this list
to
fast.
to the people that are watching this later,
What's
we
up, Dave?
you may be seeing a 2.5, 3 hour video and going, what did I sign up for? When is this list going to start? We will start the list at approximately 10 minutes in, and it will go for roughly an hour. The rest is all BS that you don't have to tune in for if you don't want to. But you know, if you like to goof around and chat about games and see us do trivia and stuff like that, then stick around for that too.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's the Mullet Show. Business in front, party in the back.
that's it, brother. That's it. I'm really glad David's here with the jokes tonight. Anyways, the big news today, all over Facebook. Anyways, I got the email. Was
Yes.
like, oh man, Mike, we need. I was gonna text you about it and say, hey, we need to talk about this. Then I saw it all over Facebook, and I was like, well, I don't need to let Mike know. He already is going to know about this.
I know.
But the Wingspan adjacent game that has been announced, Wormspan, I
Yes,
literally had to make sure that today was not April Fool's Day.
worm span, a wingspan with worms.
Yeah, WYRM. So dragons, Wingspan with dragons. I was so out and could just give a dang about. Actually, how about this? I could give a hoot about Wingspan, but with dragons, I am 1,000,000% back in because this sounds like such a cool game. Because in my brain, I just imagine like all these old school D&D campaigns, and what you're doing is you're the guy that's writing the monster manual, but it was your job to go and do all the dragon research. So instead of bird watching, which I'm sure is like a super fun and fulfilling hobby for those that partake, but man, dragon watching? Are you freaking kidding me? How cool is that? I'm here for it. And, and yeah, Diana, you
Are
are right.
there really like hundreds of different versions of dragons they can make up though? I mean, I guess they can just call if they'll be fantasy, they can call them whatever they want, right?
Oh,
That's the
Mike, you
difference.
sweet summer child. There are so many different types of dragons.
I'm sure.
So many different types. There's
I'm sure they'll
dragons that
come up.
have like 4 legs and wings. There's dragons that have arms and wings. There are dragon worms. I believe technically their arms are their wings. There's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Bob knows what's up.
Cool.
And but yeah, I am super excited about this. I will 100% be checking out Wormspan.
I bet Bob will be checking out the dragon that was in Shrek, because that dragon gave it up to the donkey. I'm just saying, what kind of dragon was that anyway?
A purple one, I guess. A
Oh,
girl dragon.
Okay. Well,
I gotta
maybe
play.
You'll find out in Wormspan.
I gotta play Wormspan to find out, man. That's all.
You do.
That
It would be
all.
crazy seeing their wingspan is like 100 meters.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Listen, look. I just am really, really excited for, and you know, a version of Wingspan that is more appealing to me. But like, I could really kind of get behind, you know, like it. And it sounds like they've changed a few things, maybe, you know, like it's not the exact same thing with just dragons skinned over it. So I'll be interested to see what they do with it. So
Yeah, I'm sure they'll refresh some rules and maybe like include some of the expansion ideas in the base game. You know, the Wingspan expansion ideas. They added too much useful stuff to that game after it came out to not use it in a new version. So, but yeah, I'm sure that'll be cool. Wingspan is a great game. So it'll be nice to get people that maybe don't like that theme into that game, because
it sounds like they kept like Elizabeth Hargraves like a developer on it, so it's not like they just took her thing and go, thank you for this IP, which now we are just going to do something that we want to do without you having any say. Like, I mean, not that I would expect Stonemaier to be anything but respectful and, you know, upstanding, but yeah, can't wait to see it. Super excited about it. Looks very cool.
Those look cool.
But Mike.
Yeah.
Why are we here tonight, sir?
We're doing our top 100.
That's right.
Continuing. So we have done up to 80 on our live stream.
81.
And 81. And we're doing 80 through 71 tonight. Tim, we're getting a little bit of distortion on your audio on your end. Like a constant fuzziness.
That's probably my water pump just turned on and maybe just shut off. Or is it still there?
It's actually gone. Okay.
Well, might be the water pump.
I don't feel like I've ever noticed it before. Okay, so yeah, 71 through 80 today. We also have live our top 50 through 11 now. 20 through 11 just went live a couple days ago. And our top 10 should be live hopefully by the end of the week. So check those out if you're interested in our all-time favorite games. But yes, David, definitely what's going on probably like under here right now, and Tim's entire face perpetually.
Yes. Yeah. I have the facial hair of a prepubescent teen.
Oh, your head mimics that. So yes, our top 100, we are continuing. I'm excited to see our top 10 go live, because we've gotten a really good response out of those videos.
Yeah, they've been that whole series has been doing really well. If you follow in Discord or maybe you saw on Facebook, we just passed 4,000 subs, which is super awesome for us. We're very excited about that. Obviously, we want to keep growing, right, and doing more things. And it is in no small part to you guys, you know, that watch and hang out with us and participate. So thank you so much for that and for your continual support, even just by showing up and commenting and interacting with us. It means the world to me. But on the note of our top 10s, just so we know, or our top 100, we used PubMeeple and we lined up, you know, a bunch of games, and PubMeeple gives you a this or that. You pick this or that. And then Mike and I both kind of went with the scenario where we didn't have to teach. There's no, you know, like you have the optimal player count and there's no like time restriction, right? Like the optimal condition to play this game. Do I want to play this game or this game? And, yep. And so that is how we have constructed our lists. Ooh, Beach goes 30 knots fast underwater. to pass so many subs. I get it.
Nice. I bet Andrew from the Tabletop Submarine would appreciate that
Oh,
one.
he might. Yeah, he might. Well, he may not appreciate if we're passing his sub.
Yeah.
Because they do that. I actually I enjoy the gimmick of that show because they do like they keep it all on theme and they deep dive and things like that. It's really cool, and I enjoy like the sound like the production value that they put into that too. Where like our production value is Mike makes a nice thumbnail, puts a background, and then we StreamYard it.
Pretty much, yes.
With lately
Tim's iPhone.
Lately been good internet, but off and on stuff. But let's get into this list. We are at the 11-minute mark, so we better get into this list. So you ready for number 80, Mike?
We are jumping into number 80 at the 11 mark. Well, you know what? Actually,
it's going to be the 12 mark by the time you find the thing.
Well, I don't actually have numbers fully ready. Go figure. So that means I'm sorry. I did not do these ahead of time. So I'll get the rest ready. Okay. Number 80 it is.
Okay, so don't hate me for my number 80. It is still within my top 100, so I'll just say that to everybody. My number 80 is Blood Rage. It's fallen quite a bit for me, and I still think this is an amazing game. My problem with this game is that if you haven't played it in a while or you've never played it, you do not stand a chance against somebody that loves this game. You legitimately don't. The learning curve there, it's not a hard game to learn, but it's the people that are really good at this game are going to just absolutely smack down people that are newer to the game. It is a great game. It's a great game. It's really well designed. It is one of the games that turned me on to Eric Lag. Holy crap, this game's amazing. I have just decreased in my love for it. It's always going to be in my collection. I love it. I'm never getting rid of it. But now I don't know that I have the time to invest that I would play it enough to be competitive with the people that play it all the time and are really good at it. So I probably now will only teach it to new people, where then it will at least feel competitive, and fun. Because in Blood Rage, you really do have to implement strategies and commit to them early. Because if you don't, you're done. You can have a bad middle era, but the foundation that you laid better pay off big in that third one, or you have no chance. And that's really hard to get newer players to really grasp that. Now, some people are going to grok the game really quick. No problem. Great. It's really easy to teach. I feel like it's one of those games where everybody play a turn. Okay, play the first era, right? Play the first couple turns and then go, okay, now we're going to re-rack. We're going to start over. Now you understand how the game works. And I feel like that gives everybody a much better, that'll give everybody a much better experience going into their first play. But again, I have watched new players play with me and very experienced players, and the new players get absolutely curb stomped and they hate the game because it wasn't even close or fun for them because it was obvious they were out very early. And that is no fun for anybody. I don't like being on the other side of that. Thankfully, I can tell you while I was playing competitively, I was not the one that was wrecking the newer players. And I felt really bad for even being at the table when it happened. I just felt like a schmuck because it's man, they are not having a good time. And as somebody who loves games, say what you will, I feel like it is my job to, as an ambassador for the hobby, to try to provide the best experience for gamers when we sit down to a table. Now I can only lead you to the trough. I can't make you drink, right? But I'm gonna get you there and I'm gonna do everything I can. That's the most important thing to me, is everybody at the table having a good time. Now, if somebody's going to sit at that table and be a grump, nothing we can do about it. But yeah, that's what's up. Blood Rage. It is my number 80.
I agree with what you're saying. I have not had to play a lot of games with groups like that, but the funny thing is I do know some people that I would probably not want to play this game against because of that. Yeah, it wouldn't be as fun, but like mini games, group dependent. You can say that about so many games. Many games are group dependent. But yeah, are you willing to help facilitate newer players? If so, you can make sure that they have an enjoyable time playing Blood Rage. It's one of my all-time favorite games. So I'm glad it at least still makes your top 100, whether people realize it or not. That is still something because we have
Yeah,
and we play a lot of games.
yeah, yeah.
That's
And it's
still
an older
something,
game now, and it's still,
right?
it's still fighting. And, and like I said, it's a great game. Now, it's one thing if I'm going to sit down and play this game with like you and Bob, you know what I mean? Like the three of us and maybe somebody else that already knows how to play. Great, let's play.
Yeah.
I'll have a good time. But I don't want to sit at a table, and this isn't anything against you or Bob, but I don't want to sit at a table like me, you, Bob, and a new guy, right? Or a new girl, and they have no idea how to play. I would just be worried that Bob has a very hard time taking his foot off the gas. And that's not a dig on Bob. Like
There's a lot of people that do. And it's not, yeah. And it's not necessarily with this game. It's not always like taking your foot off the gas. It's a drafting game. When you start a game with a draft and you've never played the game, you don't see the synergies the first time. You can't.
Yeah.
So that is the downfall of drafting games is, yes, the first time it is impossible to see those things. So
the only thing
the
only thing I could say you could do is like, okay, you see all the cards that say Odin on them, or you see all the cards that say Thor, just draft all of those.
Yeah, try to get all the same ones. Yeah.
And still that's not even that much fun your first time because there are synergies between other types of cards, that you can make those work. So you know what I mean? But I'm glad you understand what I'm saying. It's not really a criticism of the game as much as I think sort of the culture around the game a little bit.
How people play the game.
Yeah, but it's a great game. I love it. It's my number 80.
The fact that all of this conversation could be had about the game is a testament to how amazing it is.
Oh, yeah.
The video's out. It was my number 11 this year. I love Blood Rage so much. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great, dude. It's great.
So let's see. My number 80 is Just One.
Oh, really?
Just One is just a really excellent, very simple word game that you can get absolutely everyone to play, and everyone enjoys it, and everyone wants to play it multiple times. So yeah, when I'm with people that don't game a whole lot, I will still bring Just One. And so that's why it's still in my top 100. It's everybody should know, but just in case you don't, Just One is you choose a card. It's got, I think, 5 words on it. One person can't see those words. And let's say the word is marshmallow. Everybody else has to write a 1-word clue. Those people are then going to compare their clues. If there's any repeats, they are tossed out. So you don't want to give obvious clues that other people will use because they will need that information. You turn those clues around and the person has to guess their clue. So, guesses or clues might be things like white or campfire or gooey or sugar, s'mores, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that would come up, and hopefully 2 people don't use Stay Puffed, and then that's one less clue that they can give. So it's just a very simple, very clever game. It's one that'll never leave my collection, and I don't play with a whole lot of gamers anymore, but like family and casual gamers, it still gets played.
100%. Just One's fantastic. I guess I did a bad job of explaining because by not doing at all what Blood Rage was. I think the problem is for me, like Blood Rage seems so famous and in the conversation that everybody already kind of knows. But I will do a better job on my coming up games explaining. I won't derail and go back and explain Blood Rage, but I will if somebody wants to know.
It's just a game that people get curb stomped at. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. It's a drafting game with Vikings.
Yes. Hey.
Hey, we're playing with Village in here.
Villainy!
Oh, hickory
Ridiculous.
dickory dock. My ship pulled up to the dock.
All right, let's get to number 79. And yes,
Let's-
we don't have 100 of these, so deal with it.
Oh, I love this. All right. My 79
Hey!
is a great game. I just don't have as much time for it as I would like to. And that is Marvel Champions, the card game.
Ooh.
Marvel Champions is so good. It is basically a more complex version of Sentinels of the Multiverse. Sentinels of the Multiverse is an awesome game, but in Marvel Champions, what you do is you buy a deck of your, you play a deck as your favorite Marvel superhero, and then you can play the suggested deck list, or you can construct your own deck. Now there are rules; you need to have X amount of these cards, those cards, etc., etc. But you can pre-construct a deck. Then you roll in, you're going to go against the villain, and all that stuff. And then it's just going to be this big epic battle as you fight off this villain and their henchmen. I enjoy games like Marvel Legendary quite a bit. And this is just kind of that, but without the randomness of buying cards out of the lineup. Right. So just like Sentinels of the Multiverse, you have a pre-constructed deck, and you're going to hopefully know or learn the synergies within that deck, right? That deck is, especially if you play it right off the list, there's really solid strategies in there, like right off the bat. Now there's things you can tweak. I haven't, it'd be fun to, but I haven't like gone in like whole hog and like just totally revamped the deck without you. I've swapped out like 2 or 3 cards in a deck to play just to, I kind of want to lean into this strategy a little bit, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You play a card, you do what it says. The bad guys pile up on you, and you got to knock them out, and then start swinging at the main baddie, and stop him from completing his evil plan. But Marvel Champions, super cool. Lots of options, tons of characters available for this. I mean, just so many different superheroes you can sink your teeth into. And you don't have to get everything for it. Just buy the heroes you like. I mean, I bought the Spider-Ham that they announced on April Fool's Day, but then actually did it. I was like, well, I'm going to pre-order it just in case it's real. Guess what? It was real. I did that also with the Arkham Horror card game on April Fool's a few years ago. They did Barkham Horror. So it's like all dogs.
I remember that. Yeah.
I got that too. Because I was like, I'm ordering this just in case. They took my money. It must be coming. I got it. It's, so I like stuff like that, but I really do appreciate what Marvel Champions does. I think it's really solid. I like it quite a bit.
I've been scrolling through all the available packs for this thing for like 30 seconds already.
Oh, so many.
So much for it. Yeah.
So many.
Good pick. I hate to say it's in my collection, but I haven't played it.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
All right. My number 79 is one that we got to review for the channel.
Ooh.
And I just really enjoyed this one to the point where Tim let me have it. It is Fossilis from Kids Table Board Gaming.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad you got it, man. It made your top 100. I'm really glad that
it did. I really enjoyed this game. I need to play it again is the problem.
It's really good.
We played it a couple times before we reviewed it. I think I gave this an 8.5, which, you know what? It's sad. I always have that on BGG. I'm doing it live. If I've reviewed it and I score it, I scored on BGG too. Because if you review, or not review games, but if you appreciate games that you own, and you log your collection in BGG, it is worth taking the time to rate them on BGG. Because trust me, it's just like our YouTube channel. The thumbs, the comments, the traffic helps us. The traffic helps these publishers and these designers and these artists on BGG as well. So the more in ways that you can interact with their BGG page, the better. Anyway, off of my soapbox.
And that's designed by David Diaz, right?
Yep, this is David Diaz. And this game is awesome. I love the components for this game. Really, really thick acrylic tiles that you're stacking on top of this thing that comes with a lid, and it actually has fossils inside of it that you shake about and they get dispersed randomly, and then you dig them out with these tweezers. And I really thought that would be gimmicky, but the
Mm-mm.
tactile experience of this game of like digging out the exact bone that you want just really feels good in this. The set collecting feels really good in this. It's an action selection game where yeah, you're going around trying to slide these tiles off the map. When you slide them off, you get these resources. Those resources may help you attract dinosaurs or actually create them. And meanwhile, if you slide them off, you'll actually get opportunities to dig bones out of this little contraption. It feels really good. The set collecting is really good. The mechanics are solid. The art and the components are really solid. It's only like a 45-minute game, and it still has like a good amount of depth for what looks like a kid's game, but it actually is a gamer's kids game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. It's
it's
legit
just
good.
a really solid mechanical game that happens to look and feel good also. So if you've considered this one, I highly suggest it. Fossilis is a very good game.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this game. I thought this game was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I saw how much you loved it. Is that a picture from our show? Go back. That looked like a picture from like that background looks like
It
our board game
kind
show.
of does, but it's
Maybe it's
not.
not.
No,
Oh, that's too bad. I got
no.
excited for a minute. But no, I saw how excited you were playing it, and I think you liked it the most out of the whole group. And it's like, well, Mike, like you should take this review copy. You should have it. Because that's, I mean, that's the nice thing about getting review copies is we're like, hey, here you go. I
Right?
mean, but yeah, it was really cool. I really liked it. That's a great pick, man.
Yeah, and then all those it looks like they're in Spanish, but all those cool special abilities you can get by trading in the plaster, which you
Hmm.
have to use to dig stuff out of the ground. Yeah, it just yeah, the whole experience in that game and just how fast it plays, it just lends itself to a game I'd want to play like two times in a row.
Yeah.
And I got certain friends that'll do that. So especially these like, medium light games, I just really feel like this is going to be one I'm going to get to play with some more casual gamers for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All
All
right.
righty, moving to
78.
78.
All right, we're cooking with gas, and this is the first of two party games that are on my list tonight. This is one of my all-time favorite ones, though. My number 78 is Time's Up Title Recall. This game is super wacky. It's crazy. You've got a set amount of cards, and basically what you're doing is through these rounds, you're playing through the same stack of cards. Like the first round, you can talk, you can gesture, and do all kinds of stuff. And then the second round, you're going to go through the cards again, but now you can't talk. And then it's like, or maybe it's like one word or something. You get limited each time you go through, like more and more constricted. So like by the very end, you're just kind of doing charades, trying to get people to guess. It is so much fun. I have watched some of the most serious people I know act like complete buffoons playing this game, and everybody's just having a great time. And it also like one of the things I like about this game. Okay, so it's like early on, the first time through the cards, being a trivia nerd like me, is really helpful. After that, everybody else is kind of on even playing ground because what you start to do is you start to refer to clues that were used earlier in the game, and then it's like, okay, so now, like, you can't just go, oh, the song from Top Gun, and they're so, I'll be like, Highway to the Danger Zone, but then the second time through, somebody's like this, and then they're like, going like this, and maybe it's like, Danger Zone, Highway, like, oh, yeah, and then somebody will get it. Then the last time you go through where you can barely do anything, they're going to get those clues like really fast, and everybody has now been watching everybody do it. And yeah. So, anyways, super fun. I really enjoy it. You know, Dave, I've never played Monikers. I've heard that I would like it. Um, but Time's Up Title Recall is just I just really like this game. I've got a big deluxe version of it, big cube box.
I
I'm
have
dying
heard
to.
of it. I just learned more about it than I had ever known. So
Geez, we need to play that. Maybe we'll play that on Saturday.
that
I think we could play.
sounds interesting.
I mean, it's more fun with more people, but we can play it with
I
four.
know. How many people are we gonna get?
Yeah, I don't know. Danger zone. Um. All right, Mr. Mike.
All right, I got a 2023 release here.
Oh,
My number 78 we reviewed and we played on the channel. And this is Roy Kennedy's Last Light.
oh,
Last Light is a 4X game that supports 8 if you have the expansion. And it plays in an hour, and it definitely feels like an epic 4X and accomplishes what it wants to do in an hour. I found this one really fun. I like how interactive it is. It is constantly going after other people and trying to battle against each other. And so I also wanted to point out the of course the components are amazing for this one. When I first saw this game, I couldn't see the spot UV finish on the board. And I was like, okay, it's just a black board. But then you remember, Tim, when we played it in the studio, the
mm-hmm.
lighting just really made that spot UV finish. And this is a good angle to see it. The components are fantastic. I really like the card selection, the action selection system. It comes from Concordia and that Ankh battle system. You play a card, it stays out. You got to play a different card to reset your hand. But the round doesn't end until everybody's played their reset card. So your reset card may sit there until everybody else has played theirs. And then once that happens, the board kind of independently spins, which is always really interesting in a unique way to shake up territories and not make certain parts of the map feel like you can't get to them. I
Mm-hmm.
really like how it keeps the map tight by spinning like that. So since we have played it though, there's something I got to point out about this game though. Okay, so when you attack in this game, you play a card. It's called a command card. With your command card, you can move your troops or ships, and you can attack. Okay, so you can move your guys into an area, and if there are other ships there, you attack those ships. The thing is that what hurts this game thematically is that there is no defense. So if you get attacked by somebody playing a command card, that's it. They attack you, and it's whether they did enough damage to destroy your ship or not. Okay, you don't get a chance to attack back unless you also played a command card. So what ends up happening is you want to attack as often as possible. That's how you get light. That's how you control the middle. The first person to 20 light wins the game, and getting to the middle gives you the most light. You get 1 light per ship if you get in there and control it for a round. So it's worth trying to get in there and trying to control that middle, even though it's going to be, a war to get there.
I thought the move card was separate than the command card, and the command
Nope.
was the only one that lets you battle.
Nope. The command
Okay.
is allows you to move. I'm trying to find the action cards, but there's not a lot of photos for this. I need to upload some of the ones I've taken. And
Yeah.
again, this is why it's good to interact with games BGG pages. Like this stuff doesn't exist unless we upload it.
So, but now here's my comment. Here's my
Well,
counter argument to your.
Tim, I want to finish the point real fast though, is
Uh-huh.
that because you can't defend yourself and you can only attack, um, that's all controlled by one card called the command card. There's a tech that you can buy. Yes, it would slow down the game, Wayne, and I completely agree. And I didn't see this complaint. I like this criticism didn't even pop in my head when we reviewed it because I still felt the game was great. But because you can't defend yourself, The only way you can keep battles going is with command cards. So what happened in our games was you would buy the tech that allows you to get a card back. Well, we would always select our command card. So multiple players are resetting their command card and using it over and over and over.
Now
because
that tech
moving and
is a
attacking-
one-time use.
It is a one-time use, but you're swimming in resources towards the end of this game. So buying multiple versions of this card, which is not unique, is very easy to do. So everyone is buying this tech and resetting their command card as many times as they can at the end of the game. And I just think every game that will happen.
So 2 things. I don't think that will necessarily have to happen every game. I think that when you see the game turning into the arms race that those that you played in did, you have to adopt that strategy to stay competitive. But also, that's where the flavor and the sizzle is need to know when to play that command card. You play that command card too early, you're left out there hanging, buddy. Now you got to go and hurry up and try to get that tech so you can pick your card back up, or play your refresh card so you can get that command card back. Like that to me, that is just like the fun of that strategy. So I don't have a problem with it. I understand what you're saying with it, but I don't think it's a broken strategy.
I don't think it's broken, but if one person starts buying the tech to reset cards, know they're resetting that command card, you got to do the same thing or you're defenseless.
But again, they have to spend a turn to do that. So now that is a turn you're doing something. Then you're spending a turn to pick that card up. Now that's a turn you're doing something.
Yeah, but otherwise you're only using, so there's 5. I think there's 5 action cards, or
there's more than that. There's more than that. Yeah.
Maybe 6. I think there's 6.
Don't make me get my copy out.
I know. And nobody's so all these have text, none of them have their command cards out. I've been trying to find like one picture that just shows all the cards out.
Guess where you would see that in our video that we made.
Yes, you would see it in the video we made. That is true. I mean, this game is great though. Definitely check this out. If you've been interested in looking at this, you definitely should. It's a really fun game. It feels epic and it does it in an hour. And that card selection system is awesome. I love it in every game I play it in. I just feel like this one may evolve into getting the tech to get your attack card back, because I feel like I don't know what other, if somebody else is buying their command card back, I have to combat that and do the same thing. I feel like,
but I guess I won the last game I played of this. I won. I got to the middle, camped out, and I just had the tech that made my ships hard to destroy. So it didn't even matter. I didn't have to keep. Yes, I didn't have to keep doing the command thing. I camped out in the middle. Eat it. And then I was strategically timing my command card so that then I could attack when I needed.
I've also only played it twice, and it's not fair of me to say that there's one overbearing strategy. It is a meta. It is a meta
in your experience
discovered, however.
In your experience, that's the strategy that has been overwhelming. Your judgment is fair. I'm just pointing out alternatives. You're not wrong. Just saying with what you've experienced, everything you're saying makes sense.
That is also why I don't, if I've only played a game a couple of times, I don't even like to use the phrase overpowered. How am I to know after a couple plays, really? But I can say that there's definitely a meta that involved in our group, and it caused, multiple players to use the same strategy. I can confidently say that.
Oh, sure. Sure. So David asked what he missed. I will just tell him not too much. We talked a little bit about Wormspan. Mike, when we get to 75, we'll recap like the 5 we did before, just to bring him up to speed.
We can do it real fast if you want.
I guess we can. My 80 was Blood Rage. My 79 was Marvel Champions, the card game. And my 78 was Time's Up. There we go.
My 80 was Just One. My 79 was Fossilis. And 78 Last Light, which we're still discussing.
Yeah, Last Light I think was 45 on my top 50, which that video is already out. Yep. You'll see me talk about there. I really enjoyed it. I think it's great. Lived up to the hype. I appreciate it. The worst part of that game for me was those asteroids, just because they look terrible. Yeah. But I painted mine. They look great. I'm happy now.
Way better. All the
Yeah.
components otherwise are fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, great game. Check it out on a 77.
Well, I didn't realize I'd have 2 Eric Lang games in this version of my top 10, but I do.
Oh,
The Godfather, Corleone's Empire.
nice. I had that last week.
So this is an Eric Lang game. This got massively overlooked. I think I bought my copy of this at like a TJ Maxx for $5. And then I bought copies for my friends. I was like, hey, there's like 5 of them here. Does everybody want
I
me to get you
remember
one?
this.
Like, and I was not charging any more than what I paid. I'm like, here, because I know some people are doing that and trying to sell them for 20. And I'm like, no, they're cheap, man. Like, you want one? I'm here. I'll buy it for you. The worst thing about this game is the terrible, repetitive card art. Everything else about this game is so much fun. It is so mean, territory control. You've got these fun little briefcases that you are like hiding your cards in, and that's for the set collection aspect at the very end. I really enjoy this game quite a bit, and
It's good.
yeah, it's really good. Oh, Wayne, I'm so sorry, dude. That was a really good sale. I mean, just for the plastic alone in the box, the minis are really good. And again, this game is super fun. I've gotten to play this game a bunch. My favorite time playing it was with the Ludology creator, Jeff Engelstein, and then Stephen Bonacore, and then my brother-in-law Patrick. And then another gentleman who was not a designer, and that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be mentioned. I just don't remember his name, so that's terrible. But we had a really good time playing this game, and it was super fun. And yeah, that sounds like an offer someone can't refuse. Yeah, my brother-in-law asked me to play it. He's like, he's like, people seem to like you. I need a good wingman tonight. And I was like, okay, that's me. This game's great. I love it. Like I said, worst part about it is the cards, the card art on the cards. But the set collection aspect of the thing is really fun. The different like special characters you can get and do things like this. Give you the extra abilities and do stuff really fun. And oh no, a car bomb. Everybody in this area is gone into the East River. So funny. And then, yeah, when one player says they have to miss the game due to a baptism, yeah, you better be at that baptism, David, or it's not going to be a good time for you. Anyways, awesome game, super fun, very thematic, and really good.
It's a good one. It was my 84. It is a very good game. We're not done talking about. We're not done talking about lane games tonight. Not yet. Oh,
sweet.
Not yet. All right. My number 77 is an old Reiner Knizia game. Oh, man. The original version came out in 1992. That's awesome. You know I love auction games, so it's Modern Art.
Oh, I've never played this.
Modern Art. Last week you had Reiner Knizia's Nightmare Productions.
Mm-hmm.
And Modern Art, is another straight up auction game where it's really just all about min-maxing the amount of money you make. You're trying to buy them low, sell them high. And that's just a thing I really enjoy in games. I don't have that version. I have the CMON version, this one. There's been multiple versions because it's been reprinted so many times. But it's just, again, games where you buy low, sell high, using auction mechanics. I just really enjoy those games. And this one, I like how there's multiple different auctions depending on the card that you play. You're basically set collecting. The more paintings of a particular artist that get bought in a particular round makes them worth more. So you're trying to buy paintings that other people have already bought. Because the more of them bought that round, the more they're worth, the more you can sell them for at the end of the round. So the cards that you buy, you're also then going to turn around and sell, hopefully for a profit.
Mm-hmm.
And the different auctions are fun. Like some of them, it's a blind bid. So you just everybody 1, 2, 3. All right, how much did you bid? Winner takes the card. Some of them you go around once and you just get one bid. Some of them are the type until you keep going until somebody is the highest bidder. So there's just I like how it incorporates different auction mechanics all into the same game, and again, auction games just really work for me. So
I like this.
um, well, I actually added there's an expansion where there's a mini game where you can try to kill the artists and lower their defense value, and if you kill them, their painting values go up. All right, that's not true. But remember when we used to do that, Tim? We used to make up games
Oh,
based on
dude.
games.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The Florida Man game might be the
Oh
greatest
yeah,
creation.
the Florida Man game.
Oh,
Oh boy, I'm gonna get us canceled.
no
All
doubt.
right, so all right, there you go. That's my number 77, a 1992 Reiner Knizia auction game. Yeah,
All right. Let's go to 76.
let's do it.
All right. My 76 is the other party game on my list, and this is a game called Platypus. Uh, Platypus is so much fun. This is one of those games where I feel like more people need to know about it. So Platypus, you have basically like a series of words, cards that are words, go around this board, and you're basically going to give a clue, and you're trying to get them to eliminate the cards that are not the clue, right? So everybody's got a point, to cards to eliminate, and it just is really fun. It's really tense because you're like, oh gosh, this is really tough. And is it Phil Walker Harding? I got it right over there.
It is.
Hey, Jason, I am so happy to hear that. I'm glad your kids enjoy it. I hope that means you kind of enjoy it at least a little bit, because that could be very loaded. Like, oh, well, my kids like it. Idiot. No, this game's super fun. I really like it. You really can play it with, all ages, because it's really just depends on the clues. Sushi.
Somebody had to come say hi.
Yeah, I get to meet Sushi on Saturday. I'm very excited about
That's
that.
true.
But yeah, man, Platypus is really good. Jason, I'm really glad you guys like it. I'm if I can give everybody one good recommendation, somebody takes one good recommendation from my whole time of doing this, and you got a game you enjoy with your family, I've done my job. But yeah, man, Platypus, super good, very fun. More people need to know about it. It's very accessible and a nice party game. Good icebreaker. And no, David, not Perry the Platypus, even though while my father is not a platypus, that is his name.
All right. My number 76 is another release from this year.
Ooh, look at you, Cult of the New.
Yeah, I guess this is one that made multiple top 50s of ours, and it's Star Wars: The Deck Building Game.
Oh yeah.
Man, look at this. This thing's already ranked number 307. Wow. There's so many games that get released nowadays that, the newer releases really take a while before they can get recognized and move up the rankings. So when you see one that's not even a year old, that's already like 307, like that's something.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. It's a two-player deck builder. You can only recruit cards of your faction, which is the catch to this game. So, if I'm playing the rebellion, then I obviously cannot recruit Darth Vader. And so, but the cards are faced towards you, and you can eliminate them out of the market by attacking them. And that's such a cool mechanic. You get an instant benefit out of them. Yes, I name my dog Sushi. That is accurate. So there you go. But yeah, Star Wars deck building game. It's a really good two-player game. Unfortunately for me, it really just got overshadowed by Splinter Duel and Sky Team for me this year. Two other two-player games that came out this year that I just absolutely adore. I still really like this one a lot, but I just played those other ones a lot more than this one. Let's see. I have more than 2 plays. That seems low. I think I've missed logging a few. Because I played it 2 times before we even reviewed it.
Yeah.
I know I've played it since then. I think I missed logging it.
I do
but
agree
yeah.
with Andrew. Where are the expansions? I need expansions for this one
Yeah.
badly.
Yes, Jason. I will have to start sending you some BGA invites with the modules. The modules just really, really move that game up, man. It's fantastic with all the variability you can add in those modules. So I'll keep sending those invites with some other modules. But anyway, because of that game, that is why Star Wars the deck building game is not quite as high for me. I still personally would rather play Shards of Infinity, but I still enjoy this one a lot. Alrighty, number 75.
Okay,
Tim,
so
you had.
I
I wanted to say you had that one higher than me. Where did you have that one ranked?
God,
Didn't you have that
Star
one in your
Wars.
top 50?
No, I had it at my 98.
You already talked about it. Okay.
I did. I done talked about it. It's great. My number 75, unlike Clank, I did lump all of these together into one. I have to say that the Black Edition is my favorite, and that is King of Tokyo. I will always love this game. I play this game with my kids. I would love to play it with not my kids because I can be meaner and really kind of dig into some of the strategy. But the push your luck of this game, this game is very straightforward. It is King of the Hill with some Yahtzee mechanics, but then there's cards that you can buy that give you variable power, sometimes one-off or continuous abilities. And it's really fun because when you are inside Tokyo, all the dice you roll, you hit everybody if you roll hits. And then if you're outside, if you decide to keep any of your hits and you hit the monster inside Tokyo, that person can then decide whether to make you leave, you go into Tokyo, basically trade them places. And then they can come out, get a breather, heal up, and then go back in and start hitting everybody, and hitting you again. It's super fun. I enjoy the strategy. The black version of it looks so good with the contrast style of art. You know what I mean? With like the unique colors that highlight just really pop. It's really beautiful. And it's a great game. It's an absolutely great game. And I think that people dismiss it as a kid's game, but it's an older Richard Garfield game now. And it's like, no. Don't sleep on this guy. It's still really good. Still really fun. Has a lot of staying power for me. So King of Tokyo is my number 75.
Pick. I actually do like King of New York better.
Sure.
They're both great games.
I lumped them all together.
Yeah, this is this art version, man. Yeah, fantastic. And yes, definitely better at the higher counts for sure.
100%.
I won't play it with less than, I haven't played it in a while, but never less than 3. Yeah, 5 and 6 ideal for sure.
Oh, it gets so rowdy. It's super fun.
It does. Speaking of a game that can get rowdy, I haven't talked about social deduction in a while. This one moved way down because of other social deduction games that I just happen to like better, but it's Secret Hitler.
Oh, great game.
26 plays of Secret Hitler. I absolutely love this one. The bluffs that you can pull off just feel really good. I think the length feels really good on this one. If you have a group that doesn't do a lot of discussion, that'll run 25 to 30 minutes. If you play with a group that likes to discuss and well, remember he voted down that one, and they really like to go over previous turns. It can turn into a 45-minute to hour-long game. I'm still okay with it at that length, at the higher counts. I just, it built on Werewolf and the Resistance, which
Mhm.
were the first two social deduction games I played and really enjoyed both. This just kind of built on both of them, and yeah, just a really really fun social deduction game. I haven't played it in a while. Is the only bad part. I'm gonna look. It's been a couple years. May of 2022. How sad.
Oh boy. Gateway Gamer. How many cannibalism games for me? Well, I guess maybe Blood Rage.
Okay.
Possibly King of Tokyo. And maybe my next one. Um,
Good. I'm glad we got that out of the way.
and then David says, top 10 games kids enjoyed on Christmas Day. That's a my kids enjoyed or anybody's kids? I don't know.
I'm
I
not
did get
sure.
my daughter a couple of Five Nights at Freddy's games for Christmas because like that's an IP she's obsessed with, but we haven't played them yet, so I'll have to play those.
Okay.
One's a Funko, one, and I forget who made the other one, but we'll see what happens. Prospero Hall, Prospero Hall Funko, same thing.
Yep.
Anyways, you ready for my 74?
I'm ready.
If you like Tremors, you'll love Tremors the board game, and that's called Terror Below. This game's so much fun. It's goofy, it's chaotic, it's mayhem. You are basically there are graboids. There's worms underneath the ground, and they are attracted to the sound, the vibration of your vehicles moving around. And when they burst out of the ground, they're going to deal damage in a pattern on the board. They're going to kick up all these rocks and debris, and they're also going to like spew out eggs, which you are going to drive around and try to collect. And but that's the thing is you play a card basically to move, and it's going to generate X amount of sound, and then that's going to load up on the different worms, and then once they breach that threshold, they burst out. Super good, really fun, really crazy, chaotic. I just cackle while we play this, and it's just a great time. It's not rocket science. It's not the deepest or heaviest thing ever, and but yeah. Ooh, I wonder if I could link all of my games in 7 degrees.
Well, this one, yeah, you could.
Well, not. I mean, you got to link them all the games all together, right? It'd have to be 10 degrees because there's 10 different games,
Oh,
right?
probably. Yeah,
Uh,
that sounds accurate.
David, I tried to jump the canyon one time and it didn't work. Again, cackling while things go horribly wrong. Um, yeah, this game's super fun. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Great
I didn't get
components
to play
too.
this one.
Well, we can fix that sometime.
Yeah. Okay, my number 74. This one's been out a little while. It actually got rethemed to a new edition this year, and that is Ethnos. The first edition here, of course, was from Simon, designed by Paolo. I don't know why I always struggle with his name, Paolo Mori. My gosh, terrible. Bob's already hackling at me for that one. But really, what I like about this game, I like how fast the turns go. Quite honestly, because you are either drawing a card from the face-up market or the deck, or you are playing a band of cards. The band of cards, as long as it's higher than the number of tokens you have in a region, you get to place a control marker in that region. And this game blends card drafting with territory control, and it just makes it very, very interesting. The more territory control markers you have, Horse is worth points at the end of each age. There's 3 ages. At the end of those 3 ages, you're going to score it. I like the end round mechanic on this one because as you're pulling through the deck, there's 3 dragon cards in there, and they're shuffled into the bottom half of the deck. When you, oh yeah, interesting. Yeah,
How low?
Yeah, I'm butchering. I can't I'm butchering words tonight anyway, not just his name. So thank you. But yeah, I really like the simplicity of this one and how fast the turn goes. You're either playing those cards or you're drawing one card. That's it. That's it. You draw one card, you move along. The turns go super fast. It plays about an hour and a half, even if you're playing with 6. I like that it supports 6 and still only takes maybe about 90 minutes. But it's just a really good mix of hand management and territory control. And depending on the different sets that you can play with, there's a lot of replayability in this box because you're only playing with usually 5 different. So maybe you're playing with the wizards, the dwarves, the orcs, the trolls. Maybe next game you play with the giants and the halflings, and you can add so much stuff. There's a lot of different combos that you can play with. And yes, Jason, it plays well with 2 or it plays well with 6. And again, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I really try to keep games in my collection that support 6, have a strategy feel to them, and don't take too long. This one will always stay in my collection for that.
Yeah.
So
now this is like the Arcos Society now? Is this the one that got
Arcos
rethemed?
Society is yes, the new version.
And then I want to go back real quick. Jeff, you just grabbed which game? Terra Below or Ethnos? I don't remember if I'm sure Terra Below had an expansion. I think I got it with it because I think my version's like a Kickstarter version. I don't remember what it adds, so I have a hard time telling you if it's worth it or not. Probably not. Just because a lot of times I just don't like people getting gouged on the secondary market for expansions or base games.
If it's now, that's old enough that that comic could have been about Terra Below, but I don't know about the expansions for that one. I do know that there's only one expansion for Ethnos, and it's the Fairy expansion, and it's always been hard to get. So if it may be cheaper to just get Arceus Society, and maybe it has the fairies in it. I actually never looked into that, quite honestly. So as soon as I know people can price gouge me for something, I'm like, all right, I'm just not really gonna worry about it then. So that's what people did. That became very hard to find, and yeah, it's expensive to come across. If you're talking about the fairies expansion for Ethnos.
All right, let's go. 73. And I did, just so everybody knows, I did find a really good way. I'm going to do my rundown of like when we recap the whole thing, I'm going to link all the games together in a very simple story. It's going to work. It's going to work. You ready? So my 73 is Vigilante. This is a deck building game. This is designed by Reed Mascola. Reed and I became friends because of this game very early on in our show. His game went to Kickstarter. He took a flyer on us, asked us to do a Kickstarter preview or gave us the opportunity to do a Kickstarter preview for his game. And I've been a big fan of this game ever since. The Hidden Motives expansion they just did a Kickstarter for is really good as well. But I love the art. I love the deck building. I love the hidden trader mechanic of this game. This game just does a lot of things really well, and I really enjoy my experience with it. And basically what it is everybody is kind of trying to be the new vigilante, right? You're in town, the new superhero. And so you're knocking out these supervillains, but you may have an ulterior motive. You may be actually a mastermind, who is manipulating the heroes. And the cool thing is you capture the villains, they go to your jail. They usually will give you effects. There's your heroes can get extra equipment and things like that. And the way your player board works, like when you fight villains, they will hit different parts of your player board and damage different heroes. So it's really cool, really neat. Of course, you can go after other players, with cards and playing different abilities and things like that to kind of either keep people in check or undermine them, like straight up undermine them. But yeah, really neat game. Lots of really, really interesting mechanics that are all put into one game and still work really well together. So Vigilante is a game that I enjoy quite a bit, and I think people should check out. No? Yeah? Mike? You're on mute, Mike. You are on mute.
Damn it, I had a cough and I had a drink. And to my point earlier about uploading photos of games, you'll see who snuck this one on there. That's because Reed taught me this game at Origins last year.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it
right
was
on.
absolutely fantastic. I very early made it kind of obvious that I wasn't really on everybody's team. And so guys are sort of targeting me. But like my goal as a bounty hunter was I had to kill the strongest hero that was available. So I was working up to wipe out somebody's best guard. It was a lot of fun, especially seeing Reed over there sort of cackling as he realizes that like I've got to be. I'm paying attention to who's buying the strongest card, and I'm targeting that person throughout the game, kind of building up towards that turn of wiping somebody's best card out. And like the turn that he knew I had enough combat cards in my hand to do it, and somebody else bought the best hero. So he's like, Mike, come here. He's like, James from 10 Robot, by the way, just bought the strongest card, right? I'm like, yes. He's like, okay, I saw you were targeting Kevin. I just wanted to make sure. But it was a really fun experience. Getting taught the game by the designer, watching him tackle as I strategize how to wipe out other guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I'm really glad that we had this is a game that would have been under my radar, would have never played had I not met Reed, and so really really glad that I have this game and get to talk about it. I like it.
All right, so my number 73, I'm actually surprised it got this high because I've talked about how it's not like my favorite. But I just still appreciate everything that Rising Sun does.
Yeah.
Rising Sun still makes my top 100, Tim, and I've never played it well. I've always gotten crushed at this game.
Yeah, I know. We hear you cry about it all the time. I'm just kidding.
Don't play with the Moon Clan. And they're so hard. But man, I love the components and the look of this game. It is just absolutely gorgeous. I love the pastel colors they used on this board, and for all of the faction colors, just absolutely gorgeous. I still really appreciate this game. I don't know when I'll get it played again. I don't know the last time I played it. But I still like everything that it does. I really do.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. It's beautiful. The Kickstarter version is just one of the best looking games I own.
Yeah.
I would like to play it more, but the problem is just it's not always easy to get it to the table.
Yeah, it's long. Very long. And it has to be 3 to 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is good. It is a very good game. Uh-oh, did you lose your number 72?
No. I was looking to see where Rising Sun was on my list. That's all.
278.
I thought it actually might have been higher than Blood Rage, but it's not.
I only ranked 120 games.
Oh, it's 128. Just found it.
I didn't see a reason to go many more than that. Kind of knew what was going to be in my top 100.
Nah, I like having all the choices. I got surprised by a few. So. Oh boy. Oh boy, David's hurting. hurting with them jokes.
On that note, let's go to 72.
All right. I do declare that my 72 is by John Declare, and that is Cubitos.
Hey!
I played this game with Mike. I had a feeling I'd like it because I really like Warriors. I know Dan likes to dismiss it as Warriors with racing. But it is kind of like Warriors with racing. But guess what? Spoiler alert, I love Warriors. I also really like Dice Masters too. This sort of takes the what I really, 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 really appreciated about this is like some of those other games, you've got these cards. So you're always using the same dice, but you've got cards that will give those dice different abilities and different ways to function. You can mix and match. You can use recommended setups. You can come up with your own. It is combo-rific. I know Mike loves a good game with combos, which is why he will not be talking about this game on a live stream. It will be in a studio show. I don't remember what you had it rated, but I know you're not. I know we talked about it in the studio. But yeah, this game's awesome. It's great. It looks good. It's super fun to play. It's very low rules overhead, super easy to teach. I played it with Mike, went and bought it, and then played it at Thanksgiving a bunch. I mean, what more do you want? Yeah, Andrew. It's got good taste, man.
Hey, she mentioned it in the top 5 family games Friendsgiving episode.
Oh, there you go.
I was very proud. It is a top 10 game for me. This is my all-time favorite racing game. I think the combos are just insane.
Yeah.
And the replayability is insane.
Off the charts, dude. Off the charts. It's great.
Because of all the different characters you can add in. I've played this game 23 times and I bought it in June of last year. So I love this game. Great pick.
All right.
There is an expansion. It went to Kickstarter last year. Foul Play, FOWL. They were all birds. So be interested to see those cards come out. I think that'll be available this year.
Just for the Wingspan crowd. Oh. All right, Mike.
All right.
Save me from the puns.
Here's another older one that I still rank pretty high. This is a action selection deduction game. An old one by the name of Alchemists.
Oh, yeah.
Alchemist is a fantastic deduction game where you are basically like mixing ingredients and you are using a phone app, an app-assisted game. Yes. Oh, the terror. But it really alleviates somebody doing all of this mixing for you. And what do these two mixed ingredients produce? Well, I'd much rather let a phone app tell me than have somebody sit out and tell me. And so you're mixing all these ingredients and you're trying to deduce what you're making these deductions on your sweet little board. And if I mix this and this, that creates this. And so you're doing this, and then you're going to eventually publish theories. You are actually trying to determine what the ingredients are of certain things on the board.
What I like is you can just publish a theory and then make other people disprove it. Sorry to jump in. While you were on that aspect of the game, I think that's super fun.
I was trying to find that board. So like everything in the game is made up of like a color and a minus symbol or a plus symbol. And it's a combination of 3 different things. So maybe it's the big red minus and the big blue minus and the big green minus. Well, something else has 3 totally different ingredients. You're trying to deduce all that. But yeah, eventually you have to publish theories. And you'll say, okay, this thing here is made up of this stuff because I did enough mixing to determine that. And then you're going to secretly, face down, next to your publication, put a token down that may be 5 points if your publication is correct. and you're trying to, and if that's the case, maybe you're trying to tell other people, yeah, I'm really not so sure about that one. I don't really know. Honestly, I kind of guessed on this one, even though because you're super confident, you want to get the 5 points. Bluffing is an option in this game, and I love that. Like Tim said, you were pushed into publishing before you honestly 100% know the components of some of these things. And so you're kind of bluffing about how confident you are, and then getting people to like endorse your theories is an action of the game. You know what? I agree with you. Those are the components of that. Those are the ingredients of that. I still really like this one. The only problem is that if you go a while without playing it, you almost have to completely relearn the deduction. Like I kind of know, but you sort of have to like reread that part again. But it's a medium plus game. Unfortunately, Deal with the Devil did not live up to what this one did for Matas
Oh,
Khatri.
Deal with the Devil is terrible.
But this game, I still think is fantastic. Yes, Dave, take Alchemist off your shelf of shame. I love this
Mhm.
game. I just really like that bluffing about how confident you are on your published theories is a legitimate strategy in this game, and you can get people to go along with you, and maybe you're just publishing because you have to and you don't really know. There's a 1 point confidence token too you can put down. Meanwhile, other people are putting their 5, and you were totally wrong the whole time, and they blew their 5 point token on your
Mhm.
theory that was wrong. I love that aspect of this game, and that's why even though I don't play it that much, it's still a favorite of mine because it does things no other game does. Still, for me to this day.
Yeah, it's really good. I remember when this game first came out, we played it a ton. I haven't played it since, but I did really remember enjoying it quite a bit. I believe Bobby's got it as well, and Bob really liked
Let's
it.
see, 6 plays.
Oh yeah,
My
see,
last one. Yeah, I mean, a few, not a ton. 2018 was my last one. That's been a while.
all
But
right, Mike,
still very
71.
highly regarded for me, though. 71, let's do it.
All right, last one of the night is world renowned for its greatest insert in any board game ever. Said no one ever. Star Wars Imperial
Oh,
Assault is by
I was
71.
about to say, what fantasy flight game is it?
Yeah, exactly. Fantasy Flight. Star Wars Imperial Assault is essentially like Descent Second Edition with a Star Wars theme on it, but they give you a skirmish mode option, which I have never played, which is really funny because somebody else I was talking to recently has only played the skirmish mode and never played the campaign mode. I think the campaign mode's super fun. Really like it. Even better if you play with the app because the app is going to it can generate scenarios for you based on the stuff you have. Really enjoy this game. Got a lot of miles out of this as during COVID when I had to be at home by myself playing solo. Just got a lot of mileage out of this game. Really like it quite a bit. Really fun. And yeah, it's a dungeon crawly, sort of game, and you can I say level up your character, but get equipment for your character and stuff. So there's a little bit of leveling up, with some of that, getting some abilities, and it's really fun. I love these games. I will always own this one and my Descent Second Edition. I will continue to buy up things for Star Wars Imperial Assault as I see it like come across at reasonable prices, just so that I can amass as much of this as possible into my collection. So Star Wars
Yeah,
Imperial Assault.
there is a ton of content for this as well.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and you get some great Star Wars minis and stuff out of the deal
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
if
you
that's
really
your
do.
thing.
So much stuff. Yeah, they've really I've played it a few times. It is a lot of fun. I think I probably prefer it over Descent, but I haven't
Mhm.
played either in so long.
Oh God.
Lord.
All right, Mike, what's your 71? Save us.
You know what's funny is I remember asking you, I think last week, is if we should do like a separate list of just fillers. Keep fillers separate from regular games because there's a lot of people that don't really rank them that high. But I still have a lot of short games on my list because I really appreciate them. And one that I really became fond of this year is Longboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Longboard from 25th Century Games. This is another Reiner Knizia game. This is actually based off of Lost Cities, the card game, which is a very simple two-player card game. And he added mechanics to make this a very fun four-player game with community goals. And essentially, you're trying to build these surfboards. You got to start with low numbers and work your way up. But when you draft cards from the deck, they go into this build area. The build area cards are not safe. Somebody else can give you a card or cards higher than any card in your build area and take a card from you and immediately build it into their build area. So cards are never safe. I like how that adds a lot of tension to this game. That there's that push and pull of, okay, I really need to get this one down to get this board started. But I'm hoping to draw one that has more stickers on it because the more stickers that are on the board, the more the boards are worth at the end of the game. Um, um, David, these mechanics I thought were exactly the same. So in Lost City as a card game, you're just, you have to start with cards that are lower and ascending order. But it's just a two-player, it's a two-player game. This really takes that exact same, must play cards in ascending order. You get bonus points based on how many cards are in your board as well. And so, yeah, I don't know. That actual mechanic is exactly the same, so that's why I assume it was based on it. Because, he's also done Lost Cities, the board game, Lost Cities Rivals, which is an auction 4-player version. This is better, though. This is better than Lost Cities Rivals, even though Rivals has an auction. It's not the greatest economy. It doesn't put money back into the game very well. But yeah, I still really like Lost Cities, the card game. I'll still play that on BGA. And just the simple fact that this is a 5-player version with community goals and a more modern theme and more slick art. I've played this one quite a bit this year, and it's become one of my favorite fillers.
Yeah, I did like this. I remember I think we played it like 3 or 4 times in a row at your house one night. It was like you, me, and Jonathan,
Yeah.
and maybe somebody else. And yeah, really had a good time. To Wayne's comment sort of earlier about sometimes it's hard to get fillers, family or lighter games on top lists for more advanced gamers. Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying, and I totally see that. But like in my top 30, I know I've definitely got a handful of them, and it's just because for me, some of these games are so important to my hobby, my collection, my just my style of gaming. Because there's a ton of games that I love, but there's a bunch that you will see that have dropped just because they're not hitting the table. And guess what is almost always able to hit the table? Fillers, lighter card games, things like this. There's definitely room. I tried my whole argument, I guess, is like there's room for these games in my collection. I need them in my collection. I want them in my collection. And they give me a well-rounded collection, which then I can appeal to as many different gamers as possible. So
yeah, I'm actually looking at my top 50. I mean, it's out now. I put Sky Team at number 12. That's a
yeah, you
small
did.
box. I still had Shards of Infinity at 22. It's a small box. I really appreciate, games that can give me a lot of fun or very difficult decisions with a small rule set. And I think
Well,
Longboard accomplishes that. I feel like Shards of Infinity accomplishes that.
I mean, I have like Hoikin ranked very high. You know,
Right.
I've got For Sale ranked very high. Marvel Remix
Yes.
ranked very high. You know, Growl ranked very
Remix made my
high.
top 50.
You know,
Splendor Duel was in my top 20.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. I mean, but I get it, right? Like some people are very no. This game, this is my list. It needs to be this. I'm not that stuffy about
Yeah.
it. But,
Yeah, me either. I've got more party games coming in my top 100. Not tonight, but I got more coming that are just legitimately just party games. You know, I also grade a game on it just being fun. How much do I enjoy the game? You know.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. All right, let's recap. Now, I've come up with a creative way to recap my
Ooh.
80 through 71. And I do not expect Mike to link his like I linked mine because I've been thinking about this. But mine did come pretty quick. So here's the thing, Mike, is I was in a blood rage, and then the Marvel Champions showed up and said, "Time's up." And the bad thing was that I was in the Corleone's Empire, and the Godfather was really mad at me. The good thing was I rode my platypus to go see the King of Tokyo, also known as the Terror Below. He wanted to talk to me because I was a vigilante, and also I brought his favorite treat, Cubitos, and we watched our favorite movie, Star Wars: Imperial Assault. There's my there's my story, and there's all my games that I talked about tonight.
All right, I will attempt to do the same thing with 20 seconds of prep. Tim, there was just this one time where I was making a list, but I got distracted and started building a longboard. I did so with the help of an alchemist, and he said, you know, the next time that we can see the red rising sun is the perfect timing and ethnos to create such a board. But I have a big secret. Hitler will tell you that secret only if you play the Star Wars deck building game in in a modern setting with art around you.
Okay.
But just make it the last time you play that game. Make it the light of the game light. Make it the last light of your game light.
All right.
And don't let that game become a fossil.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
20 seconds.
I regret that. That was hurt. That was painful. All right, let's cleanse the palate. I got a joke for you, Mike.
What?
I got a joke for you. There's this old married couple. Okay, they've been married like 50 years, and the wife and her husband have not, they've not been amorous in a while.
Oh.
So she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do something." She yells down the stairs, "Warren, come upstairs and make love to me." And he says, "Fine, but I'm only doing one of those things." That's it. That's the whole joke. All right.
Wow.
That joke was slightly worse than me linking all of my top 10 all together. But I feel like I actually did my story pretty good.
But slightly better than me linking all of my top 10.
Oh, everything was better than that, except for Wisdom Tooth surgery. So tonight for trivia and some games. So first of all, thank you everybody that's hung around this far, this long. As you know, we have tried a couple attempts at trivia. Usually it ends up with me asking Mike questions that he doesn't know the answers to. Well, you did pretty good at the America one. But like the movie is one and blah, blah, blah. So I went out. There's a bargain place that I frequent on Saturdays, and I've been seeing this game there, and I was like, you know what? I just need to pick this thing up because this will help Mike so that trust me, I would do trivia all night. Oh yeah, thanks. David, I don't blame you one bit. I would do trivia all night, but I want Mike to get in on the fun because here's the thing is Mike's not a dummy. And so I bought ESPN trivia game
Tim had to go out and like specially buy a trivia just so that Mike can get answers to it.
I mean, look, I'm a good friend. I'm here to help. The cool thing about this, Mike, if we ever played this in real life, is there's like all kinds of stuff like goalposts. So there's like extra little tricks you can do for extra points. There's like a little hockey net. So there's like all these mini games that are tied into this as well.
Nice.
You
know, speaking of trivia, I really enjoyed CDSK when
that was good.
Mike Giuliano was on the show. That was fun. I want to get that and I want to play it more on the show.
Me too. Me too.
While you're popping the shrink off of your brand new ESPN trivia game, I will ask you, Tim, this Sunday gave me the Star Wars Trivial Pursuit so that I can ask him the questions that I sucked at.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Mike, I'm gonna loan you my copy. If you notice, the figurines are still in the plastic. In the box.
This is accurate. Wow, this is funny. This is one that does not. Oh, weird. Okay, the answers are on the front as well. All right, so we'll just go through this whole card. Does it have? It has categories, but I guess unless I look.
Don't worry about categories. I don't need categories.
Okay.
So what Mike is reading is from the Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Now this is for the original trilogy, special, maybe the special edition version of those movies. So,
correct.
Yep, that's upside down. But yeah,
there you go, in all its glory.
Yeah. Now I will want this back eventually, but while we're doing, as long as this is a thing, you will definitely.
I know you're afraid of me playing it. I get it.
I'd hate for you to get good at a game and then beat me at it.
I'll memorize all the answers.
You memorized all the cards. Okay.
That'll be my goal, to get good at a game. All right. Who said I have come for the bounty on this Wookiee?
Oh, let's see. Who did say that? I've come for. Oh, Bosk.
No.
Bosch.
Yes. Princess Leia disguised as Bosch.
Yeah, Bosch.
Who managed to fire the sail barge's main gun into its own deck by kicking the trigger?
Was that Luke? No.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Who destroyed the first of the Death Star sentry ships?
Wait, sensory ships?
Sentry.
Oh, Sentry.
Who destroyed the first of the Death Star sentry ships?
Was that Biggs Darklighter?
No.
Wedge Antilles?
No.
Ooh. Luke?
Getting warmer.
Jack Porkins?
No. Main character.
Han Solo.
Yep.
Now go get him, kid. All right.
What was coupled to the first Death Star's main reactor in 7 locations?
Coupled to the main reactor in 7 locations? The first one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The first Death Star.
I don't know. David Godfrey says tractor beam. Is it tractor beams?
It is tractor beam. Spoiler, he is your dad.
Oh, yeah, because they had... or no, those were the tractor beams shut off. That Obi-Wan shut off so the Falcon could escape, but that wasn't the... Anyways, go on.
What did the Ewoks bait their net trap with?
Oh, it's just like raw meat, right? Like a dead animal?
Dead animal.
Mm-hmm.
What actor was less than pleased to learn his character was being killed off halfway through Star Wars A New Hope?
Sir Alec Guinness?
Correct. What'd you get? Like 4 out of 6?
All but 1.
5 out of 6? Jeez. All right. Make me feel bad with some sports trivia.
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll keep going.
No, you're going to sing. You ready?
I'm going to sing.
Do you want all sports or do you want football to start?
Oh, let's start with football.
Okay. So they've got these broken into 3 categories: 1 point, 2 point, and 3 points. So I'm going to start at the 1 point and work our way to the 3 points. Okay.
Okay.
For 1 point, who made the immaculate reception for the Pittsburgh Steelers in a 1973 playoff win over the Raiders?
Lynn Swan.
No.
Wait.
The tight end.
Oh, no, he just died.
He did just die. It's not Larry Zonka, not John Stallworth, not Lynn Swan. Those were your. They got it.
Franco.
Yeah. Do you remember his last name?
Franco Harris.
Yes. Okay. Now.
Jeez.
No, you did good, man. You did good. That's all right. You got
it. Took a minute. It took a minute.
I mean, Lynn Swan was on that team. It's not like you were like that far off. Which of these NFL quarterbacks did not win the Heisman Trophy? Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, or Kyler Murray?
Patrick Mahomes.
Correct. How many seasons did the Raiders play in Los Angeles before moving back to Oakland in 95? I can give you multiple choice if you want it.
Let's just see how close I can get. They played in LA in the 80s.
And then moved back to Oakland in 95.
In 95.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 17 years.
Your options are 13, 16, 19, and 22.
19.
Only 13.
So it was like 82 then?
Yeah.
Dang, I thought it was like late 70s.
Right. For 1 point, how many total players on both sides of the ball may be on the field while the football is in play? Both sides of the ball.
22 total, 11 each side.
Correct. What team did Tennessee Titans defeat on a last-second kickoff return in the 2000 Music City Miracle?
Oh, who was that against? Was it the Ravens?
It was not the Ravens. I'll give you a clue. Drew Bledsoe was their quarterback. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't Drew Bledsoe. It was, it might have been Drew Bledsoe.
Oh, if that's the case, that would be the Patriots.
No, it's not the Patriots. And Bledsoe played for this team, but not then.
Oh, he also played for the Bills.
Correct. It was the Bills. Okay. Which team was the first to enter the playoffs as a wild card team and go on to win the Super Bowl?
First wild card team to win the Super Bowl. I mean, it had to have happened before the Giants, right?
Do you want multiple choice?
Giants?
Do you want multiple choice?
I mean, if it was the Giants, I figure you would have told me already.
The Giants are not one of your choices.
Oh, okay. Okay. So much older than that.
Uh-huh.
The Patriots?
Older.
Older than that gets tough. Multiple choice.
Is it the Eagles, the 49ers, the Falcons, or the Raiders?
I feel like all the 49ers teams were too good to be wild cards.
Agreed.
And I don't think the Eagles won the Super Bowl until recently. They did not have one. And the Falcons never won one. So then it would have to be I'm sorry, what was the last option?
The Raiders.
I would say it's the Raiders then.
Yeah, it was the Raiders. It doesn't give me a year, but I assume it was a Madden team. Because it was the Oakland Raiders. Oh, wait, no, Oakland Raiders. But the 70s. Oakland Raiders had to have been in the 70s, right? So it had to be a Madden team
Yeah.
because they haven't won. They got real close with Rich Gannon in the early 2000s, but that was the
Yeah.
year that Gruden,
Oh, one.
who had just the previous year left the Raiders, went to the Bucks, then played the
Gruden
Raiders,
Bowl.
played the Raiders in the Super Bowl.
2001 or 2000, I
Somewhere
think.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. My turn for a Star Wars card. We'll bust through a Star Wars card and we'll bust through a foosball card
Okay.
or a sports spots card.
What C3PO call? What did C3PO call stupid lump?
R2D2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who ordered Rebel fighters to accelerate to attack speed in the second Death Star battle?
Oh, that was Admiral Akbar.
Nope.
What? Was it Lando?
Yes.
Okay.
What was Yoda's response to Luke's comment? I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah. What was Yoda's response to that?
I don't know. What?
I could say the same in view on this question. This is why you fail.
Oh, yes. So good. I should have known that. You're right. That is why I
What
failed.
did rebel forces call the massive portals closed nightly to protect against Hoth's extreme cold?
The blast doors, or what do they call those? I know what they are because they had to close them. So and then they locked Luke out, and then Chewie's there going. "Brrr." God, what did they call it?
I mean, they were called doors. You had that word correct.
Well, that's obvious. Shield doors. David said shield doors. I'm stealing David's answer.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you,
Correct.
David.
Who triggered the Ewok net trap?
Oh, it's Chewbacca.
It was.
Chewie, leave it alone.
What time-consuming chore did Stuart Freeborn supervise to earn a mention in the Star Wars credits? Wow, that's deep.
What, like sweeping the sets?
I mean, close.
Painting
Not
the props?
quite. No.
What,
I mean, if I were to give you multiple choice, I don't have any, but
clean the bathroom?
no, not
Yeah.
really. I was sort of kidding. Makeup.
Makeup. Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough one, though.
That is deep.
That's brutal.
Is that the whole card?
That was the whole card.
Okay. Mike, do you want seen on screen, all sports, football, logos, and mascots, baseball, hockey, or basketball?
Let's try basketball just to flex a little.
All right. Flexi Flexerton. Okay. How many games did Wilt Chamberlain foul out of during his 14-year NBA career?
Oh my God. How would anybody guess that? Is that multiple choice?
It is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
0, 1, 20, or 108?
I'll say 108.
How about 0?
He never fouled out of a game.
Never fouled out of a game.
Well, that was going to be my next choice and why it was a question. Wow.
Okay. All right. Look at that. All the
Okay.
zeros. All the zeros in the chat. They're all.
Yeah.
They knew. They knew. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go, Mike. Which player both set and then tied his own NCAA record for the most steals in a single game, nabbing 13 two different times?
John Stockton.
No, not even one of the multiple choice answers.
Okay. Is it
If you give me one more wrong answer, I will just read off the multiple choice. 13 steals in a single game in college.
Jason Kidd.
No. Okay, your choices are Mookie Blaylock, Clyde Drexler, Kenny Robertson, or Kendall Gill.
Kendall Gill.
It is Mookie Blaylock.
Dang.
You are 0 for 2 on
Gill
this card.
Won a lot of defensive awards. That's
all right. Which Olympic Games was the last time the USA women's national team failed to win gold as of 2016? So in which Olympic Games did the last time they failed to win Olympic gold?
Wow.
Do you want the options?
No, I'll make a guess first.
Okay.
1998.
No. I don't think 98 would have been, it would have been an option because that might have
Yes.
been a Winter
I'm
Olympics here.
flexing. These are hard questions.
That's a
These
Winter
are tough.
Olympics. That was a winter, or that was in a you're in the wrong, because the Olympics
What?
are basically every 2 years, right? Summer Olympics and then Winter Olympics.
Yeah. There's
So,
no
yeah.
multiple choice, you're saying?
There's multiple choice. So Montreal in 1976, Barcelona in 92, Athens in 2004, or Beijing in 2008. Basically in 98, it couldn't have happened because they didn't play in 98.
Yeah,
is what I was
it's
trying to
hard
say.
to remember exactly what years. So one of them was 94.
96 or no,
Let's
76. Hold on. 76, 92, 04, 08.
Let's go 92.
92 is correct. Oh, this is so easy. So easy, Mike. I don't even want you to think about this one. If you think about this one, you don't get the point. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah.
Which shoe company signed Michael Jordan to a 2.5
Nike.
million? Thank you. Oh, I might have got this wrong because I would have guessed the other one. But who is the shortest player to ever play in the NBA as of 2019 who is just 5'3" tall? Makes me feel like a giant. It's one of two that I would have named, and I would have named the wrong one.
It's why am I freaking what it's Muggsy Bogues.
It is Muggsy Bogues. Spud Webb.
Jeez.
I would have guessed Spud Webb, and I would have been wrong.
Yeah, man. I know Muggsy Bogues. His name was just not coming to me. Wow.
Who did he play for? Did he play for like the Falcons?
He played for
not the Falcons, the Hawks.
The Hornets.
Hornets. Okay.
He played with Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning.
Did Webb play for the Hawks?
He played for the Hawks.
Okay, that's where it is. Got it. All right. How many consecutive Olympic gold medals in basketball have the USA women's national team won as of 2016? Think back to the original question and how many Olympics there have been since 2016 and when they last lost. It's either 5, 6, 7, or 8. How many have they won in a row?
5.
6.
6 in a row. The sweep.
I think where they throw you off with the basketball is they hit you up with like Olympics and like, you know.
No kidding. Those were tough questions.
They were.
I mean, Bogues was easy and Nike was easy.
Nike was so easy.
Like Olympic basketball?
All right, give me
like knowing like steals leaders from like the 80s is tough.
No,
all of those
doubt.
guys were legit defenders back in their day.
No doubt.
Okay. Who, after seeing a probe droid, said, "It's a good bet the Empire knows we're here."
Oh, is that Han Solo?
It was.
Okay.
How many laser bolts did the Imperial probe droid fire at Chewie?
3?
Yes. Jeez, what in the world?
Oh, I love that I got that right.
Who identified the Hoth spy as an Imperial probe droid?
I don't know, Leia.
Damn it. You're just tossing these out there, you know.
Oh, dude,
what did
come on.
Rebel sensors on Hoth detect in Zone 12?
A crash?
No.
Or was it the invasion? Was it the Empire?
Mm.
Like Like AT-ATs?
No,
Okay. What was it?
got to be more specific. An Imperial probe droid.
Oh, fuck. These are all probe droid questions. Duh.
Oh, I guess so. How do you know?
Because
All right.
every other question you've asked me is about a probe droid.
Well, I know, but like, how otherwise? How do you look at the card and know what they're about? Is
I
what
don't
I'm
know. I'm
saying.
just
I don't know.
I'm just context
But you're
clues.
right. You're right. Who determined that the probe droid's transmissions were likely an Imperial code?
C3PO.
Yes. What European country were the Hoth scenes filmed in for the Empire Strikes Back?
Hmm. What European country?
Yes.
Hmm. Is Scandinavia considered part of
It's an
Europe?
area, but it's not a country. You are in the correct area.
Okay, so is it like Iceland or was it Finland?
Close.
Norway?
Yep.
Okay.
Norway.
Pining for the fjords.
And that is your card.
All right. Well, Mike, I did better on mine than you did yours. And I had some hard ones on there and I still got them. All right. You got seed on screen, all sports, football, logos and mascots, baseball, basketball, hockey.
Baseball.
Baseball, baby. For 1 point. What term describes a play where a field player gets a runner out by tagging the base instead of the player?
Force out.
Correct. Oh, dude, this question is just after my own heart. I love this. Which team sported the Killer Bees at the top of its batting order starting in the late 90s? The Killer Bees. Extra points if you can name them.
Oh, this was the Rockies.
No.
Hold on.
Craig Biggio.
Oh, the Yankees.
No.
Twins.
Jeff Bagwell.
The Astros. Jeez.
The
So
Astros.
then Astros, Bagwell, Biggio.
And was it Bertrand? Who was Fat Elvis? He was a B. Anyways,
Yeah, he was after that.
he was at the end of that, but he was there. Anyways, which player's walk-off home run in Game 6 of the '93 World Series gave Toronto its second straight title?
Joe Carter.
That's right. I always remember him being introduced on Cubs broadcast as World Series hero Joe Carter. So I knew that one right off the bat. Moises Alou was also on those Astros teams back then. It was it's a pretty good squad. Woo! Here you go. Which player threw a no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians in 1993 despite missing his right hand?
Jim Abbott.
That's it. Hey, I bet. I believe he played for the Angels at the time. But he could have played for the White Sox. I believe he did a stint with the White Sox, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you know who Jim Abbott has his only major league hit against? What team?
Jeez. What, the Cubs?
Yeah, it's the Cubs. Leave it to the Cubs to give up a
Nice.
hit to a guy with one hand.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which
Fun.
stadium has been in use by the MLB since it opened in 1912?
That's not Wrigley.
It's not Wrigley.
I would say that's Fenway.
It is Fenway. Which pitcher was the first to throw a no-hitter for the New York Mets? I would have got this wrong.
Tom Seaver.
No, way newer. Way newer.
Oh, wow. So you're talking
I'm talking in the last
Jacob deGrom.
No, not that new, but in the
Okay.
last 20 years.
Matt Harvey.
Nope.
Don't tell me yet.
Older.
Bartolo Colon.
No, but you're getting close to the right era. Did Cologne pitch for the Mets?
at one point. He
Yeah, I guess
pitched for a lot of
he
different
pitched for
teams.
everybody. Yeah. He did pitch for
Did.
everybody. Wayne, Daryl Strawberry was an outfielder. I believe you're thinking of Doc Gooden.
Yeah, I don't think Gooden pitched a no hitter.
But it was not Doc, even though he was incredible. It's too bad drugs ruined his career. This guy pitched for the Twins.
Noah Syndergaard.
Nope. This guy pitched for the Twins also, was really good with the Twins as well. Not related to Carlos that plays the guitar and is so smooth.
Oh, then it's Carlos Santana.
Not Carlos Santana.
No, his first name was oh my gosh.
Sounds German.
It's don't tell me, it's Johan.
You almost said it. Yes, Johan Santana.
Johan Santana. Yeah, he was really good.
He was really good. Really, really good. I think of him more as a Twinkies player than a Mets.
Excellent for the Twins.
He was so good for the Twins.
It's kind of wild that he ends up throwing a no-hitter for the Mets after.
But I can't believe that means the Mets didn't have a no-hitter until this century.
Right. Yeah.
Because they had so many good pitchers on some of those Mets teams, you know.
That would have been in the last 6 or 7 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, my turn for a card. Boop-a-doop-a-doop.
Hey, we'll do one card apiece. Okay. Who did Hans sarcastically call a real hero?
Was that 3PO?
No.
Oh, then it was Luke.
No.
What? You're a real hero? Lando?
Yes.
Okay.
What did Obi-Wan Kenobi call an elegant weapon from a more
lightsaber
civilized age? What creatures picked through the contents of Luke's land speeder?
Jawas.
Are they called something else?
What? The creatures picked through the contents? Oh, sand people.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
What planet is subjected to the greatest amount of snowfall in the movie trilogy?
Hoth.
Yes. Who saved C-3PO from Jabba's pesky sidekick?
Oh, Salacious Crumb? That's R2.
Yes. Whose first line in Return of the Jedi is, Yoda will always be with you?
Obi-Wan?
Yes. There you go. That's the card.
Man, I flew through that one.
6 questions.
Oof. All right, Mike, I'm going to make you do logos and mascots.
Dang it. All right.
You should be able to do these. Which MLB logo features an image of a bell?
The Phillies.
There we go. Which college does not use cursive letters in its logo? I'm going to give you the 3 options. UCLA, Alabama, or University of Louisville. U of L.
In their logo?
Yep. In their logo, they do not have cursive letters.
They don't.
Louisville is correct.
They just use, card.
Which NFL team does not sport a logo on either side of its helmet?
The Browns.
The Brownies. What pattern is inside the orange P on the logo for Princeton, home to a top 5 NCAA women's hockey team? Is it leopard spots, claw marks, or tiger stripes? What pattern is inside the orange P for Princeton?
Tiger stripes.
It is tiger stripes.
Princeton Tigers.
Good job. You did it. You did it. Context clues. What Seattle Sounders mascot from the team's early USL days was reintroduced during the 2019 MLS season? Was it Rave Green Robbie, Soundwave Willie, or Sammy the Sounder?
The second one.
It was not Soundwave Willie. It was Sammy the Sounder is the Seattle Sounders mascot.
Yeah, I don't know anything about soccer.
What is the name? That's why I just went right to the extra or the multiple choice. What is the name of the official mascot of the Miami Marlins?
Oh, what is the name of it?
Yep. It's either Billy, Chili, or Gilly.
Gilly.
It is not Gilly.
What?
It is Billy.
Oh my, Billy the Marlin. Yeah, I've heard that before. I guess I thought Marlins have gills. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Which one of these is not an NBA mascot? Howler the Coyote, Rumble the Bison, or Go the Gorilla?
The bison.
Incorrect.
What?
The Coyote. The
Coyote?
Coyote is not an NBA mascot.
Yeah, it's not.
Which NFL team mascot is named Sir Purr? Is it the
Bengals?
Nope.
It's not the Bengals.
It's not the
Hold on.
Bengals.
Panthers.
It is the Panthers. Which 2014 Stanley Cup winning NHL team has a mascot named Bailey the Lion? So your real clue is who won the Stanley Cup in 2014? Bailey the Lion. Is it the Boston Bruins, the New York Islanders, or the LA Kings?
Kings.
It is the Kings because it's a lion, right? Oh boy. I don't even know what this is. Which Jellies Marble Run team does not have the letters JMR in its team logo? Is it? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what a Jellies Marble Run team is. That's a team where they make marble runs? Okay. Is it the Minty Maniacs? Is it the O Rangers or Team Momo? Which one does not have JMR, which is Gels or Jelly's Marble Run team?
Team Momo.
No, it is the Minty Maniacs. You started off so strong on that one.
Well, what am I going to do about jelly racing?
Oh, how many bars support the plume atop the Spartan helmet in the Michigan State University logo?
5.
Oh, you're so close. It was 6.
7.
Which NFL team logo has a helmet logo that consists of a single letter? I'll tell you, I guess they don't.
Clues.
Okay.
No clues. Why can't I get this? I know it. I'll get to it.
Uh-huh. I'll give you a clue. They play this weekend. They all play this weekend.
The Ravens.
Nope. A single letter is their logo. The Ravens have a raven on the side of their helmets. This is just one solitary letter. The ugliest letter in the alphabet.
The Bears.
No, not the Bears.
The Bears have a C on their helmet.
They don't count that, apparently. So
that's a crock of shit.
What's uglier than the Bears logo?
Oh.
A single letter. It's so ugly. They own the Bears.
Oh, the Packers.
The Packers.
Yes.
What angelic item is featured on the logo of the Los Angeles Angels?
Say that again.
What angelic item is featured in the logo of
Oh, a
the
halo.
angel? A halo. I'm just gonna find some other ones that you might know. Do you know what the name of the mascot for the Padres is?
No.
I would have said the San Diego Chicken, who is not actually their mascot. It is the Swinging Friar.
Oh, yeah. I could picture the Friar, but I didn't know what he was called.
All right. Do you like the Clippers?
Enough.
Which type of bird is Chuck, the mascot of the Los Angeles Clippers?
A
Is
hawk?
he? No. Well, no. Is he a pelican, a condor, or a seagull?
I was gonna say a condor.
Condor. Yes. Which
Jeez.
NFL team mascot takes its name from the team's original sponsor, the Staley Starch Company? Which NFL team mascot takes his name from the team's original sponsor, the Staley Starch Company? Staley's the clue.
Yeah, I know it is, and I just can't figure out how to connect it.
Well, back before they were the Chicago Bears, they were the Staley Bears. So Staley the Bear. Ooh. You'll like this one. Which Philadelphia Flyers mascot was found living beneath the team's arena during a reconstruction project?
I don't know really anything about hockey.
Oh, come on. He's new and he's famous and everybody likes him and everybody
Oh,
does his
Gritty.
dance. The Gritty. That's right. Which symbol is used as the O in roar in the logo for the Jacksonville Jaguars cheerleaders?
Say that again.
Which symbol is used as the O in roar in the logo for the Jacksonville Jaguars cheerleaders? Is it a jaguar head, a paw print, or a pom pom?
Paw print.
It is a jaguar head. You fool.
Yeah.
All right, you did best with baseball or football, right?
So far, yeah.
I'm gonna give you another football card and then I'll leave you. I'll let you be. I'll stop torturing you. You're doing much better at this trivia though than the other ones. Which part of the pig's body was sometimes used to make early footballs, which may explain the term pigskin?
The back.
No, it's well, it could be the hide, the bladder, the head, or the stomach.
Oh, the hide.
Actually, the bladder. No, David, this is pretty much it. We're gonna wrap up with this trivia card, I think, because we both got busy days at work tomorrow. All right, Mike. Which player became the first quarterback to rush for more than 1,000 yards in a single season in 2006? First quarterback to rush for more than 1,000 yards.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is correct. Which Tampa Bay defender sealed the 2003 NFC Championship with an over the Philadelphia Eagles with a 92-yard pick six? 2003 NFC Championship game, 92 yard.
Barber.
That is the undersung Barber twin. Which team lost Super Bowl 34 when the Rams stopped Kevin Dyson 1 yard short as time ran out?
The Titans.
The Titans. Where did Henry Ruggs the third and Jerry Jeudy, the first wide receivers, taken? There you go. You got to see. You go. Which player prevented a Super Bowl touchdown by knocking the ball from showboating Leon Lett's hand?
What player did that?
Yeah, what player?
Oh, wow.
It's a famous one. It's a famous player.
I barely remember what team that was against. Dang. Yeah, I don't remember what team.
Wayne got it. Wayne, you won.
Nice.
You
Nice.
won. It was Don Beebe.
Wow.
Well, all right, guys. Thanks for sitting through the trivia. Next time I'll make Mike give me some more of the movie trivia. But I do feel like I was pretty happy with the way I did on the Star Wars trivia. I'm still pretty
You still
solid.
crushed it.
Still doing pretty good. But Mike,
Yeah.
I feel like you did a really good job on the sports ball stuff, man.
Better. It's more my wheelhouse, but still, I'm very niche on my trivia stuff. So
Well, I am too. I just happen to have all the games with the trivia stuff that I'm good at.
right.
I'd have done pretty good on some of the sports ones, but I think actually you would have done better than me. I mean, if it was like Bears, Cubs, Notre Dame, oh, forget about it. I'm here for it. But once it starts getting to some other stuff, it's like, ooh, what was that again? But I think like anybody, sometimes you forget. You surprise yourself with some of the things you know. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I did know that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But I appreciate everybody sticking through with us while we goof around, did some trivia. I appreciated all the audience participation there. There was lots of really good and correct answers, like flying through the chat. It was kind of fun watching you guys beat Mike at answering faster. I was really trying with the Star Wars ones to fire off before I could see any of the answers because you guys were crushing it on the Star Wars ones. So I really had to be like quick and on top of my game. But next week's show is kind of TBD. We may continue doing our top 100, or we may start doing our worst of 2023 list really soon. Gosh.
Or we start our best of 2023 list. There's a lot. There's a lot.
So I guess let's pitch this to the chat, and maybe we can ask this in the Discord as well. I'm just curious. So right now, the way things currently are, if we do it in studio, it's going to take a little bit longer, but it will be very well produced, right? And that would go for our worst and best of 2023. So it will take a little longer. It would be a few weeks before you'd get it. Or do you want it on the live stream where you interact with us as we're doing it, but it's at this level? It's not nearly as pretty looking. And you would likely only have the banner with Mike and I instead of maybe the banner with like all four of the hosts, whether, whoever is there that day.
David, we realize that our live videos do not have the same reach that our studio videos do. That seems to be common for a lot of channels. Their live videos just don't get as many views for whatever reason. So we have, that is something that we are probably going to cover live.
And David, I think though that it's totally, here's the thing is, we sing the praises of games we love all the time. I mean, I want to talk about the stuff I love. I don't want to focus on the negative, I'm not that kind of person. But there is a place though to be like, hey, this fell flat for me. And I think as long as we have really good explanations and we can talk about why it fell flat, I don't feel like the repercussions are shouldn't be that bad. And if somebody's going to ice us out because we're honest with our opinion, then, well, that's kind of that too, right? I would rather, you guys, see that we are continually being honest with how we feel about stuff. So.
And we're not going to put out a video that's going to be like, well, this game sucks.
No, because I know that there's going to be one on my list that Mike might have even had in his top 50, and I just didn't like it. At least one. So, I mean, that's the thing. That's sort of the fun part of these kind of lists is that, Like I can name one that I think everybody in our group universally was disappointed with. And then other than that, I might have been the outlier. Right. Um, so yeah, Nick's that's a kind of a fun idea is you do the best and the worst in the same list.
I don't know. I would rather keep those separate. Because honestly, the worst is only going to be a top five. I only had like six, I think I sent to Tim earlier. But like best of last year, we could easily go up to 20. The top 10 would be studio, and 11 through 20 would be on the live
Yeah.
stream here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just
And
curious as to what people want to see and what they appreciate. But how you guys like to consume the content and how you prefer it. I think I think the if you see the production of like our most recent top 50 that's coming out now, like it's coming out slower than they used to, but that's because our editor is putting in a lot of time and effort to really kind of zhuzh them up, you know what I mean, and make them look really good. And so, for me, it's worth having a very high quality video that takes longer to come out. But like these live streams we do every week, we bang them out. They're here, they're out there, and they're done. We've got a ton of videos and reviews in the can, and we kind of get a little log jammed when we crank out like, a long series of top tens like we did. I mean, 5 separate episodes. And then that kind of gets the focus. So we make sure we're getting those out every week. And he's not just editing our stuff. He's editing, helping with miniatures rundown and Lorcana rundown and things like that as well. So if it's something you guys want to see in the studio that's produced the way that those are getting produced, then by all means, hey, we'll do them. But if it's something that we do live and it's not jamming that up and you still are happy with them live, the banner will be a little bit different. The dynamics a little bit different. I mean, we might be able to see if we can get Dan or Bob or somebody to come on, to do one with us. But that does not fear the blowback. Anyways, just a little shop talk at the end, just for anybody that's still stuck around. Want to hear your opinion. Hey, that R2 still makes noise too.
Yeah, it comes with it. All right. Well, that came up missing, Tim. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it. I just saw it too. Where did it go?
I know. Yeah, we what's nice is it's kind of funny at the end of the year it's easier to make content. Like we already know what top 10 lists to do. It's like the most obvious ones, the best of last year and our favorite from last year and new next year, what to look forward to. An honest worst list. Yeah, I mean,
so
we've done some overrated lists though, and we get a little backlash for them, but also our overrated list is our most popular video ever.
Unfortunately, and I hate that this is the thing, but this is a truth, is 2 of our most negative videos are 2 of our most popular videos with the most views. And I wish that were not the case.
It's true though.
And I will say, like, despite that, we still do not focus heavy on negative content. Like, we just don't.
Right.
I just feel like if we've got really good reasons and well-defined, explanations for why we feel the way we do and say what we say, then we're good. And everybody should be able to, stand by that. And we shouldn't have to live in fear. We should be able to say, I mean, we are pundits, of a sort. So whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
But anyways, cool. Just comment, let us know. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope these lists have been fun. Hope you don't mind the trivia at the end of the night. We might goof around, get back into some fairy tale campaign trails, stuff like that later on. Wow. I know we're going to have some guests coming up soon. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yep.
I've been talking to some people, and there's somebody that we got to reach out to because they got a Kickstarter coming out in March, and I really want to have them on before that Kickstarter comes out. We got somebody else who's got a Kickstarter coming out in February, and we will have them on either right before or right after it launches.
Is it the same March release I was thinking of?
I think it is. I think it is.
I'd be-
Yeah,
I've already
reach
reached out to him before, though.
Oh, you have? Have they not
I have.
responded?
No, he did. I just I didn't get a confirmation.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna start locking that in.
I know.
Yeah, David, you're right. I figure out how to do a times up to Title Recall Live. It'd be awesome.
Yes.
But anyways, guys, we got lots of good stuff coming. I've got we've got tons of stuff to review that's really cool. We got some really cool previews coming out real soon that I'm excited to be able to show off and talk about. And I can't wait for Wormspan. Let's do it. We'll play it.
Man. Oh yeah,
Cannot
I'll take the
wait.
earthworm.
Yeah. Mike, you got anything else, man?
That's it.
Cool. Guys, thank you every week. You rock. Really appreciate it. And it means the world to both Mike and I. And y'all are the best. For the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
That was Mike.
Woo! We will see you next time.
Later.
We'll see you guys.
Good job, Stonemeyer. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.